Hey everybody, it's Lavender Town, and today I'm going to be designing a brand new character, but every decision about this character is going to be made through the results of different BuzzFeed quizzes. So the first thing I wanted to decide is whether this is going to be a girl or boy character, so I decided to take a which Harry Potter character are you quiz, and if I get a boy character, then I'll be drawing a boy character and vice versa for the girl. I ended up getting Tonks, so I guess we're drawing a girl. Next, I wanted to decide what kind of style of clothing they're going to have, so I used this what type of student are you because I felt like each student type has a sort of outfit that you might assign to them, and we ended up getting the athlete, so we're going to be drawing a character in athletic clothes. I think it's really funny that I got the athlete in that student quiz because my goodness, I have never ever been good at sports, but whatever you say, BuzzFeed. So the first thing that I started working on was just sort of figuring out what kind of athlete she was going to be. I looked up a bunch of references of models wearing like different Adidas and Nike stuff because I know that that has been really popular in like the fashion world anyway, so I thought there might be a lot of good outfits out there. But when I looked it up, it was just a lot of bored looking blonde girls in tracksuits, so I ended up going more with my own ideas again anyway. One thing I did keep though was these giant chunky shoes, and I did a couple different poses to sort of decide which one I wanted to do. I'm taking my time a bit more with this drawing since it's only going to be one drawing and not like 8 like most of my videos. There was a moment where I suddenly wanted to add one more thing before I finished off the sketch, and that's because I saw this quiz which made me so mad. How dare you refer to rats as a pest and put you next to them? That is clearly a picture of a pet rat.
He's so cute. Leave him alone.
But anyway, it gave me the idea to take this quiz and decide whatever I get is going to be her pet. So I was obviously hoping to get rat, but I guess she has a pet fly now. So now that it's established that she has to have a pet fly, I automatically wanted to make a super tiny fly leash so that it looks like she's taking her fly out for a walk. Honestly, I kind of love this idea, so I'm sort of glad that I got this really weird answer on the household pests quiz. I liked my third sketch the most, so I decided that this was going to be the one that I would blow up, refine, and then start inking. So surprisingly, I didn't have the easiest time refining this sketch. This is not a step I usually do when I draw. Usually I go straight from like the super sloppy sketch into the inking stage. It's kind of a bad habit, but it's what I like to do. It makes the inking feel more like drawing for the first time. And I really don't like going over and refining things a lot, which is really bad because I mean, that's how you get really clean looking art. But this time I decided to do that. And I ran into a lot of problems with her face. I'm glad I put more detail into her shoes, especially because this is supposed to be sort of like athletic fashion, and shoes are a huge part of athletic fashion. It's all usually based around like a fancy Nike or something, so I wanted them to be big and important, but I could not get her face right. I kind of wanted her to be sort of like spooky, like a shark teeth kind of character, but because I was having so much trouble with her face, I was like, oh wait, I don't have to decide what her face is because I have a quiz for that. I zoomed through the quiz page once again and I found a quality people admire most about you quiz, so I made some pastas to decide it. What is the deal with these BuzzFeed and food quizzes? And apparently she's a character who is sincere, so we're gonna have her having a cute, sincere look on her face. Kind of the exact opposite of what I was planning, but that's okay. After I got all that sorted out, I only had a few more things to add before I can move on to the inking stage. And at first I wanted to just jump straight in because I couldn't think of anything that a quiz could tell me that would affect my inking. But as I was inking, I realized that the energy drink that I drank earlier was messing with my lines. They were a little shaky. And then I realized there actually is a quiz I could take to decide something about my line art, and that is how much I should turn the smoothing up to. Photoshop has auto smoothing in it, so you can use that to smooth out your lines. So I'm going to take a what's your age quiz and use whatever they tell me my age is. So apparently BuzzFeed thinks I'm 30, which means we're going to be turning my smoothing way higher than I usually have it. Usually I would never go above like a 10 or a 12, and that's even on days when I need the most smoothing. So the lines were very slow. This whole stage was extremely slow. I honestly regretted doing this, but at least my lines are going to be super smooth, I guess. I tried to give her some good detail in her ink because I wanted to make sure that no matter what colors we got, that the drawing still looked okay. Because getting bad colors can sometimes really wreck a drawing, and having nice line art underneath can save it a little bit. So I tried to put lots of love and care into the foundational lines because I didn't know what colors I was going to get. So we were kind of just working with what we got. The way I wanted to do the colors is basically I wanted to pick her hair and eye color and then pick one other color that sort of controlled the rest of the color scheme for the whole image. I also had to decide whether or not I was going to have to draw a background, so for that I decided to use this quiz. And I decided that if I survived the Salem witch trials, I would be allowed to skip the background, and if I died in the witch trials, I would have to do a background. So the result I got for this one wasn't totally cut and dry. It said that I did survive, but only barely, basically. So I decided I would do like a simple geometric-y sort of pattern-y background because I feel like that's the in-between between like a real background and no background at all. After fiddling with her face a bit more, I don't know what's up with her face in this drawing. I messed with it so many times at so many stages. I knew that the next thing I had to do was colors, which meant I had a new set of quizzes to take. First thing I wanted to know was her hair color, so BuzzFeed's gonna guess based on the sushi roll that I make. I don't even understand how they think you can make a sushi roll with quinoa, but okay. They were totally wrong, so our character's gonna have brown hair. I didn't expect them to get it right, but dang, brown hair. Next up is the eye color, so we're going to do that based on the snack foods that I pick out of this quiz. They thought that my eyes are gray, which is kind of close. They're more like blue or greenish, I guess, but our character is going to have true gray eyes. And lastly, I'm going to do a favorite color quiz to decide the overall color scheme outside of her hair and eyes. And we got blue. So altogether, this color palette's actually pretty easy. The only thing really at odds is the blue color scheme with the brown hair. Usually brown hair is pretty warm, but we can definitely make that work. I laid down an underlying pastel blue, and then I just made sure that every color that I picked for her outfit or anything like that was going to come back to a cooler, bluer look. It was a little difficult because athletic clothes tend to either be like pretty grayscale or completely neon, it seems like, but I tried to just use like cooler, bluer grays, and then for her shoes I decided to give her a bit of a brighter blue. I had to keep her eyes really, really gray, otherwise it would look blue as well because everything else is blue and it just would look like it's just more blue. And I also gave her little scrunchies a brighter blue color. She honestly looks like quite a bit more normal than my characters usually do, other than her fly pet. I almost wanted to do like a animal mix in to like add some animal elements to her design. I don't know. I really like doing fantastical characters, so it was really interesting trying to draw a character who basically she's just like a girl with brown hair who wears athletic clothes. It was interesting. It was like actually holding me back a lot more than I usually tend to go. I usually go a bit nuts when it comes to character designs, and the BuzzFeed quizzes, rather than pushing me to do something weirder, actually made me do something more normal, which is interesting. I kind of expected it to go the other way. I think that based on all the things that have been added to this character, I kind of see her as the like female version of the dumb jock with a heart of gold trope that we've been seeing in movies and things lately. It seems like since the like 80s and 90s, jocks have slowly been morphing from the characters who were always like bullying people to characters who are like dumb but really, really good-hearted. And I feel like she's perfectly in line with that, especially with her fly pet. I mean, the sincere look on her face and the extremely weird pet makes her seem like a quirky and very, very gentle-spirited individual. She's not even bothered that her pet has a lifespan of like 3 days or whatever. And I think that's kind of sweet. I kind of love it. I decided to color in the line art on her cheeks and basically anywhere where there was line art inside like a area where there's skin, if that makes sense. I noticed that that just makes the whole image seem a lot softer rather than having black lines like right on your character's face. You should definitely try it out if you do like black blush lines, but also painterly blush. I've been noticing it just adds this like very nice softness. And I built in some nice natural shading into her brown hair. I didn't want to do anything too anime. I just felt like it wouldn't suit the image. And then, as promised, I added my sort of pseudo background with the little geometrical elements. Again, I feel like this kind of fits with the athletic wear look as well. It seems like a lot of athletic wear loves these geometric patterns. And with that, our amalgamation of all the BuzzFeed quizzes has been born. I mean, I don't usually do this in videos that aren't specifically cute girl transformations, but if you want to name her, you definitely can. Otherwise, I hope you guys liked the video. It's kind of something weird and different from what I've usually been doing. We are almost at 800,000 subscribers, which is a huge deal to me. I'm so touched. Also, please let me know what you want to do to celebrate that. We could do a live stream, we could do whatever. So yeah, thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much to my patrons, including Bella Story, Blue Boy, Cal Pompon, Clockwork Construct, Crazy Panda, Dionysus Hadrilis, Dr. Casket, Elizabeth Album, Hope Chilsum, Imagine Creations, JJ Jade, Joseph Copel, Carla Tapia, Katie Marigold, Kira Megan Claire, Midnight Doodles, Micah Dactyl, Moosadeer Rachel, Nora Cornelison, Okamore, Ollie, Rosie Warlock, Sergeant Pendulum, The Artsy Moose, Your Boy ST, and Zoe Stardust.